Welcome to my YouTube channel. I got something you can't handle. I'm Mickey J's friend. What's up, YouTube? The red light is flashing. Welcome to Got to Be Me TV. It is Mickey. I am back with another video, and today I would like to talk to you and introduce more of myself. I want to let you know what I do as a career. What do I do for a living? What type of job do I have? I am a CCW, which also stands for a child care worker or a child care counselor. And I wear many hats. You are the father figure, you are the counselor, big brother, the role model, the guider to them. You are everything to the children that you work with as a child care counselor. I play an important role or life-changing role where I see or receive traumatized children every day. Children who are traumatized and have been taken by ACS or CPS, saving children every day. But your role, or the role that you play as a child care counselor, you are a light in the situation. You are a minister in the situation that gives light and hope to your clients. Another positive would be to, I would say, feel, see, taste, and experience the results that you get or that you'll receive as you sow good seed in all that you do. Some children have written me letters to just let me know how much they appreciate me, and they come in very handy. I save all of my letters throughout the years. I've been working and doing this position for a few years now, and I've saved every single letter that I've ever received from all of my clients, and because it does something for me, and it encourages me, it pushes me forward. Sometimes there are moments that I do have where I be like, all right, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. Trust me, that's probably like every week. I'd be like, all right, or every 2 weeks or so, I'd be like, okay, I can't do this no more, because it's like sometimes you do got to deal with your administrators who are not all bad and they're not all good either, okay? Or you have to deal with some higher situations beyond you or scenarios beyond you that they be like, this could be better, you know what I'm saying? Coming from people who hold higher mantles that can possibly seem careless to the matters of probably the children, or in most cases the staff, you know what I'm saying? The staff concerns, or staff, and I guess that's most jobs, or many jobs, should I say. Most jobs don't really care too much about staff input, or should I say, not the whole administrative teams would care about staff concerns or staff input or the staff's needs, but there's a good majority that unfortunately they don't put staff as a priority, or as an important piece of the entire pie. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes your job a little bit more difficult, and you just push beyond all of the adversities that exist, right? So that sometimes makes me want to quit. You know, even though I am a light to the job. I am a helpful or very appreciated resource to the job. Sometimes there are moments that I really do want to quit and walk away, because it's just like, how much is enough, you know? And then you get tired. You have to give yourself a lot. I can also definitely say, and that may consist of giving you a lot of your emotions, giving a lot of your time. Sometimes it'd be like, dang man, where's my time, you know? Or by the time you do get your time, you're tired, you know what I'm saying? Because you just give so much of yourself, to your mental state, your emotional state, your physical state, to your clients or to your administrators, because they always got to have needs. Whether it's trainings, there's always something popping up, which can be very overwhelming. And then, but you have things that go on outside of your job, like family matters, your personal matters, your health matters. You name it, just things go on, and it's like by the time you look around and it's like, dang, I don't really have that much energy. Unfortunately, I don't have that much energy to sow into my family the way that I would like to, or to sow into just whatever, or to deal with whatever. Your energy is already about 45%. And so it's important that when I do my job, or as I'm doing my job, or if you do work a job like this, which is also like doing social work, or which is also social work, should I say, and I'm pretty sure for the other social workers, you gotta make sure that you make time to self-regulate again, to regenerate yourself. Because if you don't, you are going to really you'll pass out. You will surely be drained, and you'll have nothing absolutely left, and you can go crazy. So I'm still standing. I'm still standing for God's purpose, which is why I even ended up where I ended up. As far as a part of my career, because it's not my primary career. It's not my primary career. This is more like a secondary career for me. But I realized that even though at the time when I first was looking for a job, this came up into my view and possession, and I thought it was just going to be a job that would allow me to like have a good salary or full-time salary so that I can live, in stability. But it ended up being, God ended up showing me like He had me placed in a field like this for a reason, and it definitely was for a godly reason. And I have seen the fruition of my labor. I got some saved letters in this book right here. This book says, "Behold how good and how pleasant it is for a brethren to dwell together in unity," which is a Bible scripture from Psalms 133 verses 1. I had this book for quite some years now, and this is a book that I write in, that I journalize in, to write down my feelings, to write down also inspirational things that God gives me at times to encourage me, enlightenments, godly enlightenments that I get when I'm like reading my Bible, and I just need a spiritual word of inspiration from Jesus Christ. And I keep my notes in here as well, my letters that my clients or children whose lives I have touched from the job or work that I do. And let me see if I can read some. Let's see if I can read some. I haven't read these letters in so long. And I hope that you guys will be touched by some of these letters. I have quite a few in here. Let's see what this one is. Oh, this one says, who's this from? Okay, so they wrote it out to me. It says Mr. Mickey on the back and the front. It says, "Hi, Mr. Mickey. Just wanted to say that thank you for your advice, and I will miss you." It doesn't say who it's from, but it meant a lot for me and to me. Okay, this one I think I remember. This one has Big Brother written on the back of it, and with a nice little heart on it. Let's see what it says. It says, "Dear Big Brother, thank you for opening up my eyes, letting light into my eyes and my life. I thank God He sent you into my life to help me, and I thank you both. I will keep praying and look for signs. Everything will get better. I pray for you as well to always be in full and good health. I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Mickey, my big brother, and I thank you. And I think you would make a great father. Wow. I wish I was your daughter, but hopefully it will be another lucky girl. I love that. Isn't that awesome? Oh my goodness. I wish they would put their names on these letters. They didn't put their name on these letters. But I think I remember who this letter was from. Okay, this one says Mr. Mickey. They all write big, very big on the letters. My name, Mr. Mickey. It says, "Hey, Mr. Mickey, I heard you like sweets," and this is true, okay? "Well, me too. You are my favorite out of all the staff. But shh, don't tell nobody. Kind and caring, always have my back when my siblings are saying things funny. Oh no, when my siblings are saying things. Funny you are. You make me laugh so hard. You know what I'm saying? I do what I can do. And you make life and things fun. And I don't want it done." Okay, I guess they don't want like this experience with me to be finished. "Your hugs give me comfort." Oh, that's so sweet. I'm thankful for that. I'm happy you are here with me. AKA, oh, Angie, AKA, who? What? Wait. Angie, AKA Lil Ma. I think they meant to spell Lil Ma. Angie. I do remember Angie. I do. That was so sweet. I'm gonna read like a few other letters and I'm gonna go on. Oh, this is somebody wrote and drew a big heart on this photo, on this paper, and it says, "I love you, Dad," or Mr. Mickey. That was sweet, but there's no name. I'm telling you, I've had a lot of kids look at me as a fatherly figure. I told you, you wear many hats. You're like the father, you're like a big brother, sometimes you're like the counselor. You wear many hats. You are the confidant, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this child was creative. They did it like an envelope. Or they made an envelope, excuse me. Let's see. "Dear Mr. Mickey," oh, this person wrote very nice. "Thank you for everything you did. Without you, my stay here would have been worse. I think your life has happiness because your persona is that." Wow, this kid was smart. "Your persona is cheerful and respectful and very, very, good with the writing. And the way your young soul, wait, hold on. And the way your young yet old soul is tolerable and uplifting." I do got a young and old soul at the same time. It really helped me. So I say thank you and God bless you." From Fiza. I remember my baby girl Fiza. This is from May. Oh, and she dated it from May 15th, 2020. Wow. God bless you, Fiza. And I miss you and I love you and I pray that everything is working out well in your favor, just as I know it is. Just as I know it is. I can never forget Fiza. Wow. I know, like, when I first started working in this field, it was very difficult. To be honest with you, I really did not think I would last. I think probably within 2 weeks, I was like, oh no, my brother's out of here. I'm not doing this. I can't do this. Because of the different scenario of traumatized situations or experiences that I would come across. One of my experiences definitely was a moment in time when we had received a sibling group of 7. The parent had a situation where the mother had lost her kids all 7 of them and more, because she had more children. I think it was like 10 kids. But we only received 7 of them. Meanwhile, the other siblings were placed in other facilities. But the mother lost her kids because of abuse allegations, more like sexual abuse allegations. One of my babies at the time opened up to me and was like telling me, like, you know, these are the things that happened to me, and why I'm here. Because sometimes you won't always get to have the whole full story due to some part of the cases are discreet and not open to you. So you'll have some kids open themselves up and tell you more about why they're there. So one of my babies was telling me, like, Mr. Mickey, I'm here because I was touched. I was touched. And not only was I touched, but the story got more, it had gotten more, the story had gotten more vulgar. It gotten more darker. And she said, Mr. Mickey, my mother's boyfriend would tie me up to a bed and handcuff me when she wasn't home, and then he would rape me. And I believed her, but it was like I couldn't almost believe that what I was hearing was real life, that it was happening. It wasn't a dream. This wasn't a movie. This was real life. And she said he would tie me up to my mother's bed when she wasn't home with their adult handcuffs, and he would use her adult toys on me. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, it broke me. Like, even as I'm telling the story right now, I'm still shocked every time I think of that young baby who was only at the time 9 or 10 years old, telling me what happened to her. And she had endured this hardship for quite a time, for a few years, she said. It was like so dark. This was this was very much a reality check and a heartbreaking experience to know that, unfortunately, in life there are people, whether grown adults, young kids, whoever, that go through nasty, devilish, demonic things like this, where they're taken advantage of, whether it's molestation, rape. It just breaks my heart to know that this really happened to that young girl. And her little sister, who was at the time 5 years old, she said to me, she said, Mr. Mickey, it's true. She said, and she was a smart 5-year-old. She said, one day I seen it for myself. I seen them tie my sister to the bed and rape her. She said, I knew that one day I was going to say something. So that's how they ended up also with us at the time in my facility, because it got out. The young baby spoke up, and then the older girl spoke up. She said, I knew that one day I was going to say something. She said, I promised myself that I'm going to say something and I'm going to tell what's happening to us. And it got even deeper from there. It got so deep from there that also, not only was the older sister or sibling touched, but also the younger sibling was touched, and unfortunately contracted an STD from the situation of molestation or rape. And I remember just always praying for those kids, for all of them, for the traumatized memories. You know, I'm pretty sure they were traumatized from the memories. I'm pretty sure they were just, that's just trauma from an entire experience for a kid, you know. I remember telling those young babies one day to hang on, and I was crying, weeping with tears, telling them how special they were, how much they mattered, how much they were loved, not just by me, but how much they were going to be blessed with more people who were going to see them for who they are, and who were going to love them with a godly love that they've never experienced before. I remember that little girl looking me in my eye when I was tearing up by the weight of pain that I felt from her life. And she looked me in my eyes and she said, "Mr. Mickey, are you crying?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And she said, "Don't cry." And I said, "You're only a little girl." I said, don't give up on life." I just began to pour into her soul, and instill light and love into her mind, and ministering to her whatever God would give me to say to her, like, don't give up. Whatever the word of hope was, I couldn't help but to pour words of hope, life and light into her. And I dried my eyes and she hugged me, and I made sure that I was whatever piece of hope or example of hope that I could be to her and her siblings, up to the day where we were able to place them into new homes, into new foster homes. But that was one of the most hurtful cases that I've ever experienced. But I've seen babies, young little babies who have been molested or touched by mothers, boyfriends, fathers, whatever. I've seen children with insecurities because they don't believe that they're smart, because they were told that they were dumb by their parents. I've seen and experienced children on multitude types of medications so that they can function in life. I've seen or have experienced receiving a baby whose mother was not all the way there mentally together, but had a baby in the street, put the baby in a garbage bag, and delivered the baby to a fire department. And then, of course, the baby was found by the fire department, and then hospitalized to, for checkup and so forth, vitals, to make sure that the baby was healthy, and then placed with temporary care. It's such a bizarre case, right? Things that you don't hear normally, but you've heard probably through a movie, or that is movie worthy. I experience babies who are drug addicted because of their mother. So that means babies who have withdrawals, like maybe the withdrawals could be the shakes, like they can't stop shaking or crying or wanting something while they're having shaking, trembling body experiences, which means that they don't, which the sad part is that in the withdrawal, poor thing don't even know that they really want drugs. I mean, whether it's cocaine, meth, you name it, they don't know that they want drugs. They just because they don't have knowledge. They're pure. You know what I'm saying? That's a baby, but they're having these bodily experiences, wanting and desiring something that's no good for them, that they're not going to have, that they shouldn't have, but the mother had it while she was pregnant with them. So now they're going through trauma, and I'm pretty sure a mental pain. Only God knows when they're going to like be at their last withdrawal, and so that they can stop shaking and crying and crying and crying, desiring something that they can't have. And so your only option is to really give them milk. Try not to overfeed them sometimes, and you might have to let them cry every now and then. But it's very emotional, and it's a very emotional experience. I've also experienced sometimes taking children to a foster home or a place that's supposed to be a foster home that is already ACS approved, okay? That sometimes I have to say no to, because I be like, really? Like, how did this place or this house or this apartment become approved or pre-approved? How? When some foster homes are not quite prepared for the children, or some just want money to have the children, or some just take kids and they don't have the proper space or the proper preparations to facilitate a sibling group of kids or even one child itself. And then I've had a house one time, taking a child to a foster home, placing them where the mother had all these big fountain water bottles all over the house. I mean, the house was so cluttered, and I was just like, and then the bed itself wasn't even prepared for the kids, for the two children that I had with me, and I was just like, no, this can't be. And then on top of that, I don't place kids. I'm a spiritual guy too. If I'm when I consider I consider all things. I just don't consider physical appearances, like the state of being that the house is in, or whatever the scenario is. I also consider stuff that are spiritual. Like if I see a house that, listen, whether you agree with me or not, listen, I walk with God. I ain't perfect, but because it's a ministry for me, I try to do things the way that Jesus Christ needs me to do it, okay? So I'm always open in discernment when I'm doing my job too, because it's a ministry, and it's a life. It's a soul that you're serving. These are souls that you're serving. So I don't want to put children in more danger than what they already have experienced or have been in. So I count the spiritual perspectives as much as I do with the physical or this nature perspective. So what that means is, if I see an altar of witchcraft, you can expect I'm not placing that child into that foster home. If I see altars or any spiritual inflictions that can inflict, or any spiritual afflictions that can inflict with the well-being of a child's spiritual being, spiritual existence, or with a child's discovery that could spiritually harm them in life and open gateways to spiritual harm, I'm not placing that child into that environment or atmosphere. I wouldn't say it, of course, because unfortunately in this world, the world does not consider things like that. They don't consider that in the black and white lines. But I'm going to do what God pushes me to do, and that's the bottom line. To save a child or a person, I'm going to do just that. And I'm not going to feel no way about it. But I'm going to, at the end of the day, I'm going to leave knowing that I did my job, and I'm going to leave and walk away in peace, knowing that I kept the child's life from a different dimension of destruction. You know what I'm saying? So that is pretty much that sums everything up. Last but not least, what do I do for self-care and self-regulation? As you can see, I take vacations when I can. I take, whether it's a day, 2 days, a week, if you can even get it sometimes, in which I have made a promise to myself that every month I'm going to take a day off and I'm going to revive myself. Go away for a day, take a trip for a day or two, take a weekend off, things like that, to revive myself, because my mental health is important. You know what I'm saying? My spiritual, my emotional health, my physical health, because of the weight that I carry with the position that I do work in or with, I need to take measures and steps to revive myself, and that's how I do it. I'm going somewhere to go breathe. I'm going to go to another state, and I'm going to go explore this world. I'm going to go, because for me that's joy. For me that's peace, to experience what the things that God has made in this world. This world is too big to be staying in New York City. This world is too big to be just stuck to New York grounds and not experiencing what's the good things that are out there that God did create for us to see, to experience. You know, unfortunately, I gotta say it, black people, we think like we kind of like restrict ourselves to certain experiences in life, and we don't do bizarre things that we think that are bizarre. Like, we don't take helicopters, you know what I'm saying, like, to view environments. We don't do, I don't think we barely go to see things like Grand Canyons, or go to the mountains, things like that. Like, those are things that you've seen me do, that I challenged myself in my previous travel vlogs, because I'm like, well, as a black person or person of color, this is not normal for us to do, but I love to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, joy, peace, traveling, experiences, and adventure, it has no color. It has no culture. This is what God has put into the earth, and this is what I want to experience, because I love to experience nature. I love to experience the natural things that God supernaturally made, that's in our view, that gives me joy, that gives me life, that gives me more life, that gives me more peace and the peace of mind. So I'm going to do it, and that's what I do when it comes to self-regulation, to my self-care, my self-awareness. I digest, I breathe, and let go of some of those heavy weights that I pack up throughout the time of work. Even life situations in itself, I let it go when I'm at my breathing moments. So that sums it up, everyone. Thank you for watching Got to Be Me TV, where it is just me being myself, in all that I am, in all of who I am, whether it's joyful, peaceful, happy, spirited, fun, traveler, singer, in which you guys can check out my music or my covers and original pieces of music that I done, sung, created on my other channel, which is the official Mickey J. Saab YouTube channel. I am me. And you might have seen some of my funny skits that I do, which I try to like plug in real situations that we all be like, I know what that's like, because that's me as well, or I have experienced that as well. I try to like make fun of those real life situations, because there are real life situations that happen that are funny, okay? So, but that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching Got to Be Me TV, where I am just simply being myself. Again, my name is Mickey, and I hope that you have enjoyed this vlog. You have learned something from this vlog, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever the next video is. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Comment down comment down in the comment box down below, and let me know what you guys want to see, what you want to know. Send me more Q&A questions that I can answer real soon. Love you guys. Deuces. And shout out to, let me say this one more time, shout out to all of my new subscribers. Thank you. We have reached 1,000 plus subscribers. I think we're at 1.2k subscribers now. Thank you guys for subscribing. I love you guys. Deuces. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to Got to Be Me TV. Don't forget to click that subscribe button, like, and share. Tell everybody, share the love. Tune in next time with your boy Mickey, right here on Got to Be Me TV.